It's a lovely Wednesday afternoon on the 3rd of June 2026, and you are watching Crown TV Midday News. I am Joy Mwinuka. We'll go straight into the headlines. Bishop John Mwinuka denies sexual intent, says Wela Tupange meant prayer program. 3 suspects reported for allegedly pulling down campaign billboards in Solwezi Central. And in sports news, new GS meets FAS staff as he pledges teamwork and professionalism. Thank you so much for tuning in, and now the news in detail. Miracle Impact Ministries overseer Bishop John Nundwe, popularly known as John General, has testified before the Lusaka Magistrate Court that if he had intended to sleep with a woman, he would have carefully planned it and chosen a different location rather than her own house. The bishop admitted to court having sent a message that read Wela Tupange through one of his secretaries after the woman who alleges that he had raped her sent him a message stating that he needed a child. However, John General has clarified that the message did not carry any sexual meaning. He explains that by Wela Tupange, he was referring to Wela Tupange program as a way of arranging for prayers. Details in this report.
Miracle Impact Ministries overseer Bishop John Nundwe, popularly known as John General, has for the second time taken the stand to give his side of the story in a matter in which he is accused of raping a woman. Testifying before Magistrate Ami Masoja, the bishop stated that if he had indeed intended to sleep with a woman, he would have carefully planned it and chosen a different location rather than her own house. He further tells the court that he would have not gone to see the woman in the company of his fellow pastor, Apostle David, if he had any ill intentions. John General says he has served as a pastor in Zambia for nearly 20 years and that the allegations against him have come as a shock. The bishop, however, admitted that a message reading Wela Tupange was sent through one of his secretaries after the victim informed him that she wanted a child. He has clarified that the message did not carry any sexual meaning at all, and that by Wela Tupange, he was referring to Wela Tupange program as a way of arranging for prayers and nothing else. According to John General, he was later contacted by a fellow clergyman identified as Pastor Kunda, who suggested that he meet with the complainant and her family to discuss the matter. It says he was initially reluctant because he was unhappy with the accusations made against him. However, he tells court that when the meeting eventually took place, the victim's husband allegedly demanded 1 million kwacha and threatened to continue tarnishing his name if the money was not paid. He says the amount was later reduced to 800,000 kwacha, but he refused to pay, arguing that he had committed no offense and saw no reason to hand over such a large sum of money. Explaining why the victim's phone number was saved as Garden, John General says his secretaries often answer calls and save contacts according to the area where a person lives because of his busy schedule. He confirms that he has 3 secretaries, namely Lucy, Kutemba, and Emily. The bishop also testified that people who appreciate prayers offered through his ministry sometimes make voluntary contributions depending on their financial capacity, with some donations reaching as much as 100 United States dollars. When shown messages allegedly exchanged between him and the victim in October 2022, John General says he could not recall most of them because he regularly receives between 200 and 500 messages. During cross-examination, the bishop stated that his role in the church is to help uplift people in different aspects of their lives, including those seeking success in their careers and politicians seeking to win elections. The matter has been adjourned to June 29, 2026 for continued cross-examination while his police bond remains extended. Kundej Sachingalesu Ngandu, reporting for Crown TV News in Lusaka.
The Zambia Police Service Victim Support Unit has taken into custody a 20-year-old woman who alleges that she was repeatedly sexually abused by her 61-year-old biological father. The victim, whose identity has been withheld for her protection, claims that the abuse occurred on multiple occasions. When she confided in her mother, she was reportedly castigated and accused of attempting to destroy her parents' marriage instead of being offered support. More in this report.
What was
supposed to be her safest place in the world turned into a place of pain, fear, and anguish for a 20-year-old woman who has accused her 61-year-old biological father of repeatedly sexually abusing her. For years, the young woman allegedly endured a nightmare behind closed doors, suffering abuse at the hands of the very person who was supposed to protect and care for her. According to the victim, the alleged abuse occurred on several occasions, leaving her traumatized and struggling to find a voice in an environment where she felt isolated and unsupported. The young woman, whose identity has been withheld to protect her privacy, claims that when she finally gathered the courage to disclose the alleged abuse to her mother, she was not met with sympathy or protection. Instead, she alleges that her mother dismissed her claims and accused her of attempting to destroy her parents' marriage.
Utaka kusukulu sava kila konzeli then nilizoweza explain kunyumba nilikuwa neka mama swali kwa nashoka baba manje kwa performance njoke kunyumba ndesha bene mkuru nilipo nikapike nonepo vintu vinango official dadwezo ziwa chechilengesa nimevi walengesa kwa nyumba but kusukulu wezo nene alafu tuvaboza kusukulu wezo nipisa cha bezina kusukulu.
Meanwhile, the victim is calling on well wishers to help her with capital to start a business or get back to school.
Namba kusakira chito zisoba kuti maybe ngapeze ko njamba ndisandize nchito zisoba nosiza pa mngatadize ko bwanje.
Meanwhile, the Zambia Police Service Victim Support Unit has since taken up the victim into protective care as investigations into the allegations continue. For years, the young lady says her cries went unheard, and today those cries have become a call for justice and a painful reminder that sometimes the deepest wounds are inflicted by the people meant to love and protect us the most. For Crown TV News, Joy Mwinuka.
Governance and development expert John Lijimu is calling on the police to drop the charges against former Mazabuka Member of Parliament Gary Nkombo. Mr. Nkombo was summoned by the police on Monday, arrested and charged with assault following the violence and characterized the filing of nominations in Mazabuka Central Constituency. Speaking in an interview with Crown Television News, Mr. Lijimu says the events that occurred on nomination day were witnessed by members of the public and that Mr. Nkombo appeared to be the victim rather than the aggressor. Mr. Lijimu states that allowing the charges to proceed could raise concerns about fairness and negatively affect public confidence in the country's electoral and governance processes. Details in this report.
On the 20th of May 2026, former Mazabuka Central Member of Parliament, Gary Nkombo, was seemingly attacked by alleged UPND cadres during the filing in of nomination papers for the Mazabuka Central Parliamentary seat at Mazabuka Civic Center. However, in what many are describing as surprising, police have charged Mr. Nkombo with 2 counts of assault occasioning actual bodily harm following complaints from 2 men who alleged that they were assaulted during the incident. Mr. Nkombo has since been released on police bond as investigations continue.
An arrest has been effected with 2 counts of assault, which count we have denied, and we are going to go to court to defend ourselves, and we are very hopeful that justice will prevail. For now, as you know, you all know that I'm not a media freak. I don't like talking to the media unnecessarily. But just to confirm that an arrest has been effected, I have been represented by Mr. Beauty Shonga, State Counsel, and 3 other lawyers.
But governance and development expert John Lijimu says the charges should be dropped, arguing that publicly available footage of the incident suggests that Mr. Nkombo was the victim and not the aggressor.
Let the police drop the charges against Gary Nkombo. let the president, Hakainde Hichilema, prevail over some of these processes because of the following. One, I would like colleagues and citizens to be reminded that the world is seeing. The world has seen. Every one of us saw what exactly happened. And so the charge that is being given to Gary Nkombo that there was assault, we are having trouble to see exactly who really was assaulted.
Mr. Lijim has further urged political parties to conduct peaceful campaigns and called on the police to act professionally and impartially in handling election-related cases ahead of the August 13th general elections.
The governance point of view, again, these are issues that will erode. If we are not careful, these have potential to erode the whole system and process, electoral process, and the credibility of this election. Allow Gary Nkombo to participate in this election. If there is a report, the police must do due diligence. There's empirical evidence that is actually very visible and clear and open and in public domain.
Reporting for Crown TV News in Lusaka, Chanda Mwangu.
The United Party for National Development, UPND, has dismissed allegations that individuals who allegedly attacked the former Mazabuka Central Member of Parliament, Gary Nkombo, were acting on instructions from the State House or President Hakainde Hichilema. Speaking after a live interview on Choma Mano Radio, UPND spokesperson and Choma Central Parliamentary candidate Cornelius Mwetwa said the UPND administration has consistently maintained a zero-tolerance stance on political violence and intimidation, including acts directed at independent candidates. Mr. Mwetwa said individuals who engage in criminal or violent conduct do so in their own personal capacity and should not be linked to the president or the ruling party without evidence.
Iba polisa baita bagali utuimina mugati ganganda yamira oba Gary Nkombo weoba pa imirandu iyagurwana mu Buleya ngomula wajisi mbubede ikuti mwarwana mu Buleya pere imulimo iwaba sirigani ngwa kuti kuhumbwanywe bo gutirina mwayinka mwagwambira abantu kuti twali burwana ndaba imulimo wa polisi ngwa gwita yuli ya muntu ikuyo mu Buleya kuti mwagali burwana hena jiri buti ngataja ambi butu ya muntu lino wajaninwa gambo uyagujerebya tenyimbo jamba abobo ndipabyo igusaraya igutimbulinka mu irera imagani agugwerana imagani agurwana igujati yatwambo itwa busorori ibwajisi na ibulero bwajisi nkamwe mma politics mbeahi iguti mbabede obukureka kuti tunzanyu na maboto busorori bwajisi yandika kuti ibantu bonse gabaliba aguliyenderera ikujita akwamba boba yanda igwenderanya anguzu ipedwe igulimbabo mugati igamulawo imupati iwajisi constitution.
Three suspects in Solwezi Central constituency have been reported to Solwezi Central Police Station for allegedly pulling down campaign billboards belonging to two independent aspiring candidates. The campaign billboards mounted at Solwezi Bridge belongs to Solwezi Central constituency independent candidate Poho Kawina and Gilbert Mobela vying for the mayoral position. Mr. Kawina discloses that the suspects were known for stating that the voice note of threatening to tear down two of the campaign billboards came from his rival, led by Bruce Kanema Camp, who is also vying for the parliamentary seat under Solwezi Central constituency. But Majority Dochi, campaign manager to Bruce Kanema, says it is a serious allegation for Mr. Kawina to allege that Mr. Kanema is behind the tearing down of his campaign billboards. More in this report.
Over the last few days, controversy has grown in Solwezi over the pulling down of campaign billboards belonging to an independent opposition candidate. The billboards, placed along Independence Avenue, did not sit well with some political camps. In one WhatsApp group, An identified individual posted an audio message alleging inciting supporters to put down 2 campaign billboards.
Billboard yabika ikatampe momo abayufi bajipi. Eka tume organize bayufi tufumie billboard ya. Mambo ya billboard pa konsha kuikala wakane mane wa president. Not yewa independent yabike billboard yaba yayo ya mbridge ne.
The billboards belong to Paul Kawina, an independent candidate contesting the Solwezi Central constituency seat.
Chankola binji kumuchima. Eka tume organize bayufi tufume chocha billboard ya tujifumie.
True to their threats, both billboards were raised down in the areas of June 2nd, 2026 by unknown persons. Mr. Kawina has since reported 3 suspects to police in connection with the vandalism.
To that, in terms of the suspect, we have 3 key suspects that have been found in. I would not really get into so much details as this is a matter which is under the police. We will wait for the police to go through their due processes and give us how they again move forward.
Mr. Kawina is calling for peaceful campaigns, saying he does not want to engage in physical confrontation, but would rather debate ideas and address community challenges.
These are not culprits that we do not know. Their voice not came from the camp of which is being led by the Kanema team. And this is where they were deliberating on ensuring that they bring down that billboard. And our response was very clear. Physical violence, our people, we've directed our people not to involve themselves in any violence whatsoever, but they will be compelled to defend themselves. And this is not something that we want to see.
UPND Solwezi Central constituency campaign manager Kakula Dauchi has refuted allegations that his camp was involved in pulling down Mr. Kawina's billboards.
Allege that it is Mr. Bruce Kanema's group that is doing that. For me, I don't agree with it. This is a competition. They should not start crying for now.
The ruling party has distanced itself from the matter.
All our youths, UPND, if there are those that want to involve themselves in such kind of activities, I think the president has made it clear to say they are on their own. We are not going to protect anyone. We are not going to protect anyone that is going to...
Patrick Mackay, CrownTV News, Solwezi.
You are watching Crown TV Midday News. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
The ultimate business stage is back. From the 1st to the 7th of July, the trade fairgrounds in Ndola will be buzzing with endless opportunities. But how does your business stand out in the crowd? You get on the big screen with Crown TV. We will be live in Ndola, ready to take your brand straight into the homes of millions. From primetime commercials to exclusive event coverage, we create advertising that drives real results. Don't miss out. Visit the Crown TV stand in Ndola between July 1st and July 7th or contact our sales team today to secure your special trade fair advertising package. Crown TV. Feel the honor.
The Zambia Travel Expo ZATEX is back. Stronger, more connected, more impactful. Welcome to ZATEX 2026 from June 4th to the 6th, where opportunity meets authenticity. Driven by the spirit of Zambia moves you. This premier event once again brings together global tourism buyers, investors, and tourism leaders to one of Africa's most compelling destinations. On June 4th, make meaningful interactions with tourism buyers at the Buyers Day, curated business-to-business engagements. On June 5th, join us at the ZATEX official opening to be officiated by President Hakainde Hichilema. On June 6th, Consumer Day, a vibrant showcase of culture, travel experiences, and live entertainment. ZATEX 2026 is back, showcasing the very best of Zambia. Register at www.zatex.org. ZATEX 2026, building authentic and sustainable tourism through partnerships.
This June, step into a bigger entertainment experience with more to love on us. We're talking more drama, more action, more unforgettable stories, all waiting for you.
All hands on deck.
We're opening up our world of entertainment so you can view more.
Good job, partner.
This June, pay for your current DSTV subscription and we'll upgrade you at no extra cost.
Welcome back. We'll go straight into the sports news. Newly named FAS General Secretary Charles Chakatezia has promised to raise standards of professionalism, build stronger team spirit, and tighten government at Football House. Chakatezia delivered the message during his first meeting with the staff at the Lusaka offices. He thanked the FAS Executive Committee for placing their trust in him and said he intends to collaborate closely with both the Secretariat and football stakeholders to move the sport forward. Chakatezia singled out Deputy General Secretary Eva Lengwe for commendation, noting that her steady hand during the transition kept operations running smoothly and without disruption. He stressed that success at FAS depends on every member of staff and that each role contributes to where the organization is headed to. Chakatezia outlined his immediate focus: streamlining operations, reinforcing governance systems, and upgrading service delivery to members, clubs, players, coaches, referees, sponsors, and all the partners. Well, on that note, we have come to the end of the media news, but before we go, let's take a quick look at the stories that made headlines. Bishop John Nundwe denies sexual intent, says Wela Tupange meant prayer program. 3 suspects reported for allegedly pulling down campaign billboards in Solwezi Central. New GS meets FAS staff as he pledges teamwork and professionalism. On that note, we have come to the end of today's midday news. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Joy Mwinuka. Have a lovely day.